game. This is a video game. That game being The Last Express for the PC, for a game from 1997, and we're going to be trying it out for an hour. It's a game that I've seen here and there over the years, but never actually tried playing myself, but it always did get my attention whenever I would see it because of the the way the cutscenes look. You'll get the idea when we begin. Odd menu. Like, how would you guess we start a game? Like, there is this over here in the corner. Here's volume, brightness, quit. None of that's starting a game. Could put our cursor over that. That's continue game. I started the game to test it out, but I wanted to restart the game. I wanted to do a new game. How do you do that? It's up here. There you go. Start another game. We can click that, and we will begin a new game. Let's try this out. What? Switch to blue game? I don't even know what that means. What does that mean? We're gonna play new game. Okay, play new game.
Mesdames et messieurs, votre attention s'il vous plaît. L'Orient Express à destination de Strasbourg, Munich, Vienne, Budapest, Belgrade, Sofia et Constantinople va partir. Les passagers sont priés de monter à bord des voitures. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The Orient Express is now leaving for Strasbourg, Munich, Vienna, Budapest, Belgrade, Sofia and Constantinople. All passengers should be on board.
En voiture, fermez les portières s'il vous plaît.
And now game begins. So yeah, this game has rotoscoped cutscenes, and so that's why it always got my attention whenever I saw it, because of just how unique it looked. So the story apparently is that we are on the Orient Express, and is there mystery to be solved, is what I'm assuming. Maybe this fellow might know about a mystery.
Can you tell me which compartment is Tyler Whitney's?
Oh, Monsieur Whitney, excuse me. Your compartment is number 1.
All right, our compartment's number 1. Let's look for that. That's 5. That's not ours.
Monsieur, excuse me. These compartments belong to the gentleman in number 4.
Let's bother people.
Min hen.
I mean, we know which number it is, but no one in here.
Monsieur, excuse me. That is not your compartment.
Well, maybe if he's not watching, maybe we could get in there at some point.
Le dîner est servi dans le wagon-restaurant. Dinner is served in the restaurant car.
Maybe we should go to the restaurant car.
Premier service. Premier...
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Hopefully no one asks to see our ticket. It doesn't seem like we got on this train
French is so funny.
the right way.
Caillou seems to become a sort of national heroine.
Somehow she's been transformed from an insignificant woman enslaved and overshadowed by her husband into a passionate avenger.
Si les petites bourgeoises se mettent à écrire l'histoire, on n'est pas sorti d'affaire.
Voilà bien une réflexion du petit aristocrate.
Arrête. Tu dis toi-même qu'elle est une Madame Bovary.
What counts is she's acted. She's the very opposite of Madame Bovary. I'd say more Joan of Arc, really.
Ooh, the English burnt at the stake.
Must you always bring that up?
Well, it happened.
What really interests me about Madame Caillot is the way the French scandals developed so differently from English ones. Like the Dreyfus affair. In England, a Jewish army...
Just fades out as we just stand here and stare at them having their conversation. Can we sit to have a meal?
Bonsoir, monsieur. We have a nice table for you here in the corner.
Wonderful.
Please follow me. Please, monsieur. Have a seat. Ah, Whitney?
My name is Robert Cath, and I'm looking for Herr Whitney myself. I don't suppose you'd know where I might find him.
I have had enough of this nonsense.
Oh, I don't know why we apparently offended him. We're looking for the same person he is. He seemed quite upset that we were not that person.
И соблюдала все заветы нашей церкви.
Да, дедушка.
Nope, I can get up.
Est-ce que monsieur voudra encore de la viande?
Is there anything to do as I'm sitting down?
Non? Bon appétit, messieurs.
Or am I just waiting?
Beau jeune homme qui vient d'entrer.
Sophie. Soon after leaving Paris, the train made an emergency stop and we saw the police carrying off a dead body. They arrested one of the passengers, an American without a ticket. The rest of us went on.
Oh, okay. So game over. We were arrested for murder. Well, play rewound game.
Can you tell me which compartment is Tyler Whitney's?
Oh, Monsieur Whitney, excuse me. Your compartment is number 1.
Well, maybe we should check out compartment number 1 instead of going to the dining car. Apparently we're on a pretty strict time limit. Maybe we have to find that body before anyone else does. Found it. Oh, that guy does look just like us, doesn't he? Give him mouth to mouth. Oh, maybe it's too late for that. Throw him out the window. Do this thing. No? I figured that's where this was going. Okay, we'll put him on this. I'll pick him back up.
Premier service, le dîner est
I
servi.
think that's the only place we can put him.
Dinner is served in the restaurant car.
Oh, there we go. Up you go.
Premier service.
And out you go. Oh, we got some blood on our coats. That could be an issue. Put that window up. Oh, no, not an issue. Here we go. Get rid of that. Done and done.
Le dîner est servi dans le wagon restaurant.
Now, why don't we head to the dining car?
The restaurant car.
Oh, I guess that calls him.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Now, no one will be the wiser.
The French are so... Madame Caillot.
Est-ce que monsieur voudra encore de la viande? pour le jeune homme
Ah,
peut-être?
Herr Whitney.
Non.
You are different than I had
Bon appétit,
imagined.
Sorry to keep you waiting. I ran across an old friend.
One does have the most unexpected encounters on trains. Shall we get down to business?
Yes, business.
Tu dis toi-même qu'elle est une Madame Bovary.
First you kept me waiting, now you don't answer me. I have kept my half of the bargain. If something has gone wrong, I would like to know it.
Nothing has gone wrong.
I'm glad. I trust that you will not mind if I asked to see the gold.
I trust you won't mind either if I ask to see what I'm buying.
To see it? But you know that is impossible. The merchandise will be put on the train at Munich. It is what we agreed.
Good. Then we're even. Herr Schmidt, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk again after Munich.
All right, we are doing a big old bluff, and we're going to be hoping that we can actually keep this up.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Does monsieur wish to order dinner?
Соблюдала все заветы нашей церкви.
No, I don't know if there is a reason to actually sit down here after we've had that conversation.
Very good, monsieur.
So, we have gold. Well, maybe the original person put the gold somewhere. Maybe it's somewhere on the train. We would be using the gold to buy something from him once we get to Munich. Or maybe we just want to find the gold for ourselves.
Regarde ce beau jeune homme qui vient d'entrer.
Sophie.
Thanks.
T'inquiète pas, il ne peut pas comprendre c'est un Américain. Si on ne le regarde pas, il ne saura jamais que c'est de lui qu'on parle.
Good Lord.
C'est impressionnant, hein, comme il a l'air de venir d'ailleurs.
I am pretty impressive, yes.
Bonhomme, il faudrait te calmer.
Attends une seconde. Fais voir ce que tu as.
Je l'ai trouvé. Il est à moi.
How curious.
C'est moi, monsieur.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
François, viens ici. Arrête tout de suite.
Maybe we could find something to bribe that child with, so he can give us the whistle. Well, we don't have anything the child would be interested in, I think.
Veux-tu cesser, s'il te plaît, ou je t'abandonne dans la prochaine gare allemande.
Pardon?
Yes. Yes, quite a naughty child.
Qui est-ce? D'où vient ce sifflet? Je l'ai trouvé. Où, s'il te plaît? Sur le sol. Pourquoi le caches-tu? Montre-le-moi. Non, je l'ai trouvé, il est à moi. Tu es vraiment impossible. Tu peux le garder, mais à condition de ne plus siffler avec. Promis. J'ai vu un homme tirer par la fenêtre et il roulait à côté des rails.
He's a liar! The kid didn't say anything!
Il était mort. François, s'il te plaît, va jouer avec ton jouet. Il est mort, il est mort, il est mort. François, arrête de chanter, c'est désagréable.
Sir, I believe there's been a murder on this train, and I believe the prime suspect is the child in that cabin. He's confessing to it right now.
Allez, allez.
I think you need to hear this.
Tu n'es pas si malheureux. Allez, sèche-tes-là. Allez, c'est fini maintenant. C'est fini.
Sounds like a dog's in there.
That is Monsieur Milos Jovanovic compartment, monsieur.
But maybe I could convince you to maybe let me go inside?
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I don't actually have any money.
Serbian gentlemen are not in, monsieur.
I don't think I can actually interact here.
Oui, qui est? Entrez.
Don't mind if I do.
Sorry.
Oh, guess we won't.
Pardon me? Excuse me.
Okay, that's their compartment.
It is not your compartment, monsieur.
No answer.
Oui, qui est? Entrez.
Sorry.
Of course.
This is not your compartment. You want the other sleeping car.
Well, I guess that is true, but maybe we can find some people to talk to? I don't think we want to go to bed right now. Well, it doesn't seem like we can watch people walk around, but I don't know how much use that is to us.
Excuse me.
Pardon?
Bonsoir, monsieur.
That should be us. So let's see if anyone else is in here.
Excuse me, Monsieur Whitney. This is not your compartment. Monsieur, that compartment belongs to Monsieur Alexei Dolnikov, the young Russian gentleman.
Oh, thank you for giving me all the information about who is in this compartment. Completely unasked for, too. Whoop.
Monsieur, excuse me. That is not your compartment.
مين هنا؟
Sorry. Wrong door.
Well, that was awkward.
Monsieur, please. There will be trouble. I cannot be responsible.
امشي من هناك. سمعتني؟ امشي من هناك.
Pardon me?
مين هنا؟
Sorry.
Right away, monsieur.
Hey.
He doesn't seem to like it if I try to go into that one.
Ah, monsieur, excuse me. These compartments belong to the gentleman in number 4.
Well, both of those guys don't like it if I try to go into that one.
Monsieur, please.
He just keeps yelling at me over there. Look, I just want to try every single door. I don't understand why people have such a problem with this.
There will be trouble. I cannot be responsible. Right away, monsieur.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Tyler Whitney is the person who's dead, and we're impersonating. Then there's Alexei Delnikov, August Schmidt, Mahmoud Makhda, Parakil Putnik. I guess Mahmoud is the guy who keeps yelling at us.
Oh merde, où est-ce que j'ai pu le mettre?
And this is the other car.
Excuse me, monsieur, but this is the last sleeping car. If you are looking for the dining car, it is 2 cars forward.
I thought I'd just take a walk to the end of the train. There is another car after this one, isn't there?
Yes, but it is a private car. Je suis désolé, monsieur.
How curious.
Pardon me?
Wow, I just went all the way right to this next one.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Well, I got past him. into the private car. He'd actually try to stop me from going in this time. Well, I guess there's nothing there for me, though. Door's locked and doesn't seem like there's... Well, I was knocking on it, but... What about trying the handle? No.
Bonsoir, monsieur. Bonsoir, mon oncle.
As-tu oublié quelque chose?
C'est que... Vous voulez dire la liste des passagers? Il semble que je l'ai garé quelque part.
Oh, really?
Que veux-tu dire?
Who could possibly have taken the passenger list?
J'allais vous la ramener. Je ne peux pas croire qu'elle soit tombée, j'ai cherché partout.
Et celle de Couder?
Les deux étaient ensemble.
C'en est trop! Qu'est-ce que tu crois que je vais pouvoir écrire dans mon rapport? Mon neveu n'est qu'un épouvantable paresseux et n'a obtenu son emploi que grâce à moi.
Ah, sweet nepotism.
Il perd la liste complète des passagers de 2 wagons couchettes. Ce n'est pas possible. Tu as intérêt à retrouver cette liste avant que nous arrivions à Budapest.
Oui, mon oncle, je suis désolé, mon oncle. Elle doit être ici, quelque part.
Somewhere, but who could possibly say where it is?
Aujourd'hui, on la vit trop facile et ils ne s'en rendent pas compte.
give him the kids today speech. You damn millennials. Can't even keep your hands on the passenger list. I mean, this is ours if we actually wanted to go to bed. We could, like... Oh, hey, there was some cargo. Ah, well, this shape looks familiar. Like maybe a golden whistle that possibly a child was using. But then there's like a larger shape, and I don't know what that would be. Alright, so this is where the gold was. The gold is not here now. I assume it would be in our best interest to find the gold before we got to Munich. Otherwise, whoever that person was that we're supposed to do business with is probably going to be quite upset. Okay, so how do I accuse... Yes.
Monsieur Whitney, excusez-moi.
Yes.
His Excellency wishes to receive you in his private car.
His Excellency?
His Excellency?
Yes, monsieur. He's waiting for you.
Yes, I know His Excellency. We are quite close. The Excellency and I.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
I don't even need to ask you who you're talking about, because clearly I know.
Hello. It seems I've been sent for by someone named His Excellency. That wouldn't be you, would it?
Well, how mysterious.
What an unexpected pleasure, Mr. Robert Cath.
Usually people call me Tyler Whitney.
You should take care when choosing a name for yourself. Names have power. The most primitive cultures understood this, but of course it will be as you prefer.
Not everyone has the luxury of choosing his own name, Mr.
Kronos. Whether you are Cath or Whitney is a matter of indifference to me. I am prepared to continue the discussions begun by my agent in Paris, provided that you have the peace of which you spoke.
Is Kronos your first name or your last name?
I have no time to continue these delightful discussions of names. I have brought with me a rather heavy briefcase. I would like to know now if the proposed exchange interests you, and if you are capable of completing it.
Not just at the moment, but I have hopes of being able to do so.
In that case, we have nothing further to discuss. I myself must leave the train in Vienna. In case we do not see each other again, I wish you a pleasant journey to Istanbul, and continued success in evading the British and French authorities. Have a pleasant evening, Mr. Cath. Kahina will show you out.
And shown out we were. Well, he seemed a bit annoyed about us asking about the name. However, I expect that if your name is Kronos, people will ask about it a lot, so he probably gets annoyed about it. But on the other hand, if your name is Kronos, And apparently you don't have a second name. People, you have to expect that people are going to ask about it. But we do not have what we need to complete the deal, which I would assume is the gold.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir. Oh, and yeah, in our item list, we did take this. Oh, actually, I think there's stuff here we didn't look at. We have a box of matches. We have emptied the box of its matches. Here is a match. I don't know if I have I'm taking it out now? Okay, we're gonna smoke one. And we're just gonna do that. I also have this. Here's to be a letter.
Have come across something exceptional. More your line than mine. Depart Orient Express, 7 p.m. Friday, guard or less. You're the only one I can trust. Your pal, Tyler. P.S. Hope you're not still angry about what happened in Cuba.
Don't you talk to me about Cuba, you son of a bitch! Well, of course we don't have hard feelings about Cuba. So it looks like we're in a bit of a pickle. We need to find the gold. But how do we get that gold?
Pardon me?
Merci, madame. Excusez-moi de...
Like we know where one of the pieces is.
It's the conductor to make your bed, monsieur.
Hello? It's with the child. I mean... And we could probably overpower the child and his mother, if it came down to it. Oh, we were able to go in here. Is this their car? Well, no one's in here right now. Nothing on the floor.
Have a good night.
Under the pillow? No. I'm not seeing anything that might be... Oh, there's a bathroom. Wow, each car has its own bathroom. This really is one fancy train. That a shower? Here's the bedroom. Got some bunk beds in here. Just looking around to see if maybe that gold whistle is just, you know, was set down, but I'm not seeing it. Well, nothing's catching my eye.
Pardon me?
Nope. I think I double-clicked to do that. Well, it looked like His Excellency's attendant went into this one.
Excuse me, monsieur. That is Madame Boutarel's compartment.
Yeah, he did. Now he just came out.
Pardon me?
The Chronicle. Men locked out by masters. Ringleaders arrested by police. Alarmist rumors from Mexico. Troops brought to the capital. Is this information that we would need? Stone throwing at a train by girls. Now, this is the real news. Oh, you interrupted my article reading.
Дедушка.
Василий Александрович, меня зовут Алексей Дольников. Вы, кажется, знавали моего батюшку.
Да, знавал я одного Дольникова, Петра Николаевича. Хороший был человек, набожный. Сын у него был. Опозорил и отца, и всю семью свою.
Oh, burn!
Внученька. Устал.
Now he's just leaving. Yeah, I knew a man by that name.
How many thousands have you condemned to prison and torture in the name of your piety? Или вы счет потеряли?
So yeah, I knew someone by that name. I believe he had a son, and that son was a punk. I'm going to bed now. It's quite a conversation. I guess that we had to be in this car at that time to witness that conversation. So I think that this game probably involves a lot of replaying, because you're gonna have to be in the right places at the right times to get the information you're looking for. But I want to know about the stone throwing. Let's see. 3 well-dressed girls were summoned for throwing stones at a passenger train and injuring Thomas Guddle, driver of Abergavenny. The girls were on a holiday at Alderley and threw stones at a bridge from the Abergavenny to Manchester train. One stone smacked the engine cab window and some of the glass. Entered the right eye of the driver, causing severe injury. The defendants were bound over to be of good behavior for 13 months. No doping in the case of the impounded racehorse, however. Why do I need to know any of this?
Good evening.
Okay, this is the same stuff. Like, you think there's a reason that we can read it. Five past 9. Well, let's go back in here. Hello? Any plot to exposit? No? Okay. Have a good night.
Moi.
I guess I can just stare at them from my table. I don't suppose that child might have, I don't know, put down a golden whistle somewhere. Doesn't seem like I can stand, like, right next to them.
Le train entre en gare d'Épernay. Épernay, 5 minutes d'arrêt.
Anyone getting off at Epernay?
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
I guess this family is not, because, you know, they're taking their time eating.
Épernay, 5 minutes d'arrêt. Excusez-moi, monsieur. Le train entre en gare.
Excusez-moi,
5
monsieur.
minutes d'arrêt. Le train entre en gare d'Épernay. Épernay, 5 minutes d'arrêt.
Bonsoir, monsieur.
Should have locked your door, man. That's just irresponsible. Doesn't look like I can look down. Doesn't seem like I can look directly at him either. It's not letting me do that. I can look down here.
Est-ce que je peux aller au bout du train?
Mais non, François. Il est temps d'aller se coucher. Tu iras au bout du train demain.
Yes? Who is it?
Sorry, wrong door.
Okay, so they share a bathroom with another car. It's not one bathroom per car. It's one bathroom per 2 cars.
Who is it?
Excuse me, Tatiana.
Alright, well, train stopped. Someone's probably going to be getting off.
Yes?
Sorry.
Yes?
Sorry, my mistake.
Excuse me, monsieur. Mademoiselle de Breteuil and Miss Norton are not in.
Oh, but that's a good reason for me to go in.
Yes? Who is it? Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Monsieur, that is not your compartment.
Oh, that's some menacing music.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Bonsoir, police.
Oh, that's the police.
C'est la police, monsieur. Merci, monsieur. Bonne soirée. Excusez-nous. Excusez-moi, monsieur. Vos papiers, s'il vous plaît.
What's the trouble?
You're American?
I am. What of it?
Ça pourrait bien être lui.
Monsieur, in the name of the law, I must ask you to come with us.
The police arrested one of the passengers, an American without a ticket. Apparently he was a fugitive, something to do with the Irish troubles. Sophie was sorry to see him go.
Oh, we were arrested. Was it for something that the person we were imitating? Was it for something they did? Or is that something that have to do with actually who we are? Either way, we did not have a passport. I feel that we could have sweet-talked our way around that. But why? I mean, they said we had something to do with the Irish troubles. I don't know why being an American would just automatically make them conclude that. Yes, I'm an American. Isn't every American a member of the IRA? You can't really narrow anything down just on that.
Messieurs et mesdames les voyageurs, veuillez retourner vos places. Il s'agit d'un contrôle de routine. Ladies and gentlemen.
Maybe I should just
Bonsoir, monsieur.
head up the other way on the train.
Pardon me?
Well, that person is whoever is in that car.
Veuillez
sais, mais
retourner à
pourquoi
vos
es-tu
places,
parti?
s'il vous plaît.
Bien, si le
Il
nouveau
s'agit
employé
d'un
a cassé,
contrôle de
pas de problème.
routine. Ladies and gentlemen,
Vous savez,
please return to your class. This is a routine check.
vérifiez tous les compartiments de ma voiture et après ce sera la tienne.
Messieurs et mesdames les voyageurs, veuillez retourner à vos places.
Doesn't seem like I can go forward.
Il s'agit d'un contrôle de routine. Ladies and gentlemen, please return to your compartment.
Maybe we should just hide in the bathroom until this all blows over. Probably should have gotten a fake passport for this job. Like, if anyone asks to see any kind of ID, we don't have it. It's a bit of a problem.
Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît.
Einen Augenblick.
C'est la police, madame. Merci, madame. Bonne soirée. Excusez-nous de vous avoir dérangé.
Good evening.
Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît. Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît.
Qui est-ce?
C'est la police, madame.
La police? Un instant, messieurs. Entrez.
Merci, madame. Bonne soirée. Excusez-nous de vous avoir dérangé.
Je vous en prie.
Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît.
Yes?
C'est la police, monsieur.
Un instant, messieurs. Entrez.
Merci, monsieur. Excusez-moi de vous avoir dérangé. Passez une bonne nuit.
Je vous en prie.
Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît.
Just a minute. Come in.
Merci, madame. Bonne soirée. Excusez-nous de vous avoir dérangé. Bonsoir, police. Ouvrez, s'il vous plaît.
Messieurs, nous avons pris du retard. Nous devons repartir dès maintenant. Nous n'en avons
That could be a problem. Yes, the schedule is the most important thing. Don't worry about the missing passenger.
Messieurs et mesdames les voyageurs, le wagon restaurant est réouvert.
Ooh, the restaurant's open again. Well, I guess the cops are gonna have to leave. Thanks for covering for me, man. Just slept through the whole thing.
Après ce dérangement, je demande une explication. J'ai souvent voyagé dans des grands trains. Mon mari est ingénieur. Et je vous assure que j'écrirai personnellement au chef de la compagnie afin qu'il se...
Bien sûr, madame. Vous avez tout à fait raison, madame. Je vous assure, cette incursion n'était pas prévue. Malheureusement, c'était la police.
Pardon?
On a bien essayé de leur faire comprendre. Vous savez, on est en France.
De quoi s'agit-il alors?
Comme vous avez été tellement patiente, madame, je crois qu'il n'y aurait aucun mal à vous répéter en toute confiance ce qu'ils m'ont expliqué. Il s'agit d'un cadavre, madame, qui a été découvert...
Goodness, a dead body. How did that get there? Thrown out of a train. That only happens in murder novels.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Et alors, ils n'ont rien trouvé?
Rien, madame. Il s'agissait d'une erreur. Il n'y a aucune raison de s'inquiéter.
Mais c'est vrai, ils l'ont jeté par la fenêtre. Je l'ai vu.
François, ne raconte pas l'histoire.
Yeah, Francois. You're racking up a whole lot of bad karma, Francois. Maybe someone else needs to get thrown out the window. If you know what I'm saying.
C'est vraiment insupportable.
Are you reading about Madame Caillot?
I don't believe we've been introduced.
We haven't. I'm Tyler Whitney.
I know. Herr Schmidt told me who you were. If you'll excuse me, I'd like to finish my magazine.
You still haven't told me your name.
It looks like that we cannot be a pest and keep talking.
These aren't nuances, Sophie. All of Russia may go into revolt.
After a month on the island, you won't think about such things. Listen, why don't you write a play when we get there? Ça pourrait être un chef-d'œuvre. Une de tes amusantes petites pièces, comme celle que tu as écrite sur Reginald. Je serai Ariane et tu seras Théséus. Joséphine sera le Minotaure. Pourtant, tu es tellement têtue que ça devrait être ton rôle.
Joséphine?
Oui, je ne t'ai pas dit? Elle m'a écrit à la dernière minute car elle voulait absolument nous rejoindre. Elle déteste être à l'écart de ce qui se passe. Oh, ne fais pas cette tête-là. Bien sûr, nous serons ensemble. Après tout, on n'est pas des jeunes mariés. On va passer tout notre temps à admirer des couchers de soleil.
Just listen to a little conversation. Doesn't seem like it's relevant. But who can say what's relevant and what's not?
Fine étrange, j'ai dit. T'es bouché ou dur de la feuille?
Outrageous! My carrots! You sliced them all wrong. I can't believe my carrots are not as thin as I requested them to be.
Good evening, monsieur. Que des carottes! Alors tu penses être meilleur que...
Hold on, I do want to keep listening to the carrot rant. Oh no, they're gone. I'm sorry. I wanted to hear him complain about the carrots some more. Ooh, what's this? Well, no occupant. Some papers. I do not know if any of this is something we would need to pay attention to.
Monsieur, the baggage car is off limits. Please, return to the dining car.
Oh, that was the baggage car? Well, you know, us Americans, we don't know what we're doing once we're out of Texas. I thought it was the restroom, so may want to get the may want to get the custodian clean up in there. Sorry about that. Hello. Both looking at me, but I can't talk to them.
Do you know, when I saw you in London, I thought you were English.
Not really.
Yes, really.
My wife is English. Perhaps because of this.
It's more than that. It's the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. And of course, you speak English so beautifully. I would never have believed you were German.
Is that so? But really, Miss Wolf, your own English is also very good.
I guess they're just gonna keep talking.
J'espère qu'il est attaché au moins.
Oh, bien sûr, madame. Il est très bien dressé. Le meilleur chien que vous ne puissiez rencontrer. Je vous assure que vous vous rendrez à peine compte qu'il y a un chien dans le train.
Bon, on verra ça.
Y a-t-il autre chose, madame?
Is someone complaining about the dog? We know there is a dog in one of the compartments. We haven't seen it. But it does growl at us whenever we knock on the door.
Madame Boutarel?
I guess she is skeptical about having a dog on the train.
I don't know why you want to travel if all you're going to do is write in your book. You could do that at home. Thank you, Sophie, for that profound reflection on traveling and writing. Oh, I know. You're angry because of Josephine, aren't you? You can invite the whole crowd for all I care. They come to the island anyway once they know you are.
Yeah, there it is.
Let me see. If you want to spoil what I'm writing, you'll have to do it when I'm around. Je m'en fiche de ce que tu écris. Fais ce que tu veux. Moi, je vais au salon.
Who is it?
Sorry, my mistake.
Qui est-ce?
Madame Boutarel, excusez-moi.
René, tu passes plus de temps ici que chez toi.
Je te dis, rien à faire chez moi. Le 17 est libre jusqu'à Vienne, le harem se cache, et le renuque m'a menacé de me couper la tête si je passe trop près de ses portes. J'ai lu mon journal 3 fois, mais voilà.
C'est pas un journal ce que tu lis. Il y a plus de dessins que de textes dedans. C'est pas comme ça que tu vas apprendre ce qui se passe dans le monde.
Bon, d'accord. Au retour, tu m'offriras un tract de Monsieur Jaurès.
Tu te moques de lui, mais pourtant ce sont les socialistes qui éviteront la guerre.
J'ai pas peur de la guerre, moi. C'est les Allemands qui la cherchent, pas nous. Et s'ils commencent...
La question n'est pas là. Dans la guerre moderne, personne ne gagne. Tout le monde perd. C'est les militaires, les politiciens, les industriels de tous les pays qui nous mènent à la guerre. Et c'est nous, les ouvriers, le peuple, qui allons le payer cher, comme toujours.
Qu'est-ce que tu racontes, là? T'es socialiste, toi?
Je suis un prolétaire comme toi. La seule façon d'éviter la guerre, c'est d'organiser la classe ouvrière de l'Allemagne, de la France et de l'Angleterre. C'est nous qui allons au casse-pipe, pas les politiciens.
Dis ce que tu veux, mais si les Allemands nous poussent à bout, on va reprendre l'Alsace et la Lorraine.
Mais tu n'y comprends rien. Ça ne se fait plus avec l'épée, la guerre moderne. Ça serait un massacre. On n'est plus en 1870.
Excuse-moi, j'ai du travail. Mais ton idée m'intéresse. On continuera cette conversation plus tard.
Well, the idea of trying to prevent a world war by organizing the workers and going on general strike is an interesting one.
Excuse me, monsieur. That is Monsieur Boutarel's compartment. Excuse me, monsieur. That is Miss Tatiana Obalanskaya's compartment. Excuse me, monsieur. That is Count Obalansky's compartment. Yours is in the next sleeping car.
Oh, I could go on talking like this forever.
It doesn't seem like anyone's here.
I'm so tired. I can hardly keep my eyes open.
I do wish we could go on talking forever.
Good night, Herr Schmidt.
It does not seem like we can talk to him.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Pardon me.
Pardon.
Where are you going? Going to bed?
Pardon me?
I wonder what set off the dog.
Yes? Monsieur Boutourel, excusez-moi.
Does not seem like I can go in.
Have a good night.
Someone just opened the door, peeked their head out, and went back in.
Excuse me. These compartments belong to the gentleman in number 4.
Bonne nuit, monsieur.
Do you have a match?
Aren't you a little young to smoke?
Monsieur, I'm not a little girl. I have just spent the whole season in Paris. I'm very tired and I want to smoke. Thank you.
Что там произошло?
Вы говорите по-русски?
Немного. Only what my mother was able to teach me.
How funny. An American who speaks Russian. Then you heard the horrible things that man said to my grandfather.
Who is he?
His name is Alexei. We grew up together. We used to play together every summer in Odessa. I can't imagine why he should want to quarrel with my grandfather. It's so childish.
Well, maybe he'll grow up. Like you.
Little flirting happening here. So maybe we only got this conversation because we witnessed the other one.
There you are.
Which maybe she wouldn't have mentioned anything if we had not seen that.
Thank you.
Excusez-moi, madame.
Excuse me.
Pardon me? Pardon me? Pardon me?
I guess we cannot talk to her. Here are these two. Doesn't seem like we can speak to them.
Who are you?
This is my compartment. Who are you?
This is Tyler Whitney's compartment. Where is Tyler? Убийца!
Is it a fight scene? I don't know what a fight scene would even be.
As I was about to say, I didn't kill him.
Who are you?
My name is Robert Cath.
So you are Cath? Tyler spoke of you. He was afraid you were angry with him.
You shouldn't have worried. That was a long time ago. You better tell me what's going on. Tyler had a meeting with someone named August Schmidt. What was that about?
Where's the gold?
What gold? I saw a wooden box in a hell of a mess.
Then we are lost. How can I tell this to the general? Oh, I must tell to the others.
What general? What were you and Tyler mixed up in?
You must tell no one about this. No one.
Not even the train conductor?
You've been warned. Tsenaruka, the Black Hand.
Oh, well, okay, so that gentleman was in league with the murder victim, and also we found out that the murder victim is indeed our friend, the one who, I guess, was worried that we would still be mad at him for what happened in Cuba. We had a fight scene where I was just clicking whenever he was about to swing the knife at us, so I dodged. Alright, and he wants to know where the gold is, but of course, the gold is not here. Huh. He didn't really tell us a whole lot. We can take a nap. Just, take a load off our feet after bothering the people on the train and having a little knife fight. I guess this is if we want to fast forward the clock. Doesn't sound like the train's moving, does it? Something happening out here? I'm hearing some menacing music. Why am I moving away when I don't know why that's happening? No, still no. What? Why am I like moving back? Is this like a dream or something? Maybe I have to look in other people's compartments. Every compartment is mine.
Why don't you make it sing?
All right, it was a little dream, just a little, you know, the egg dream. We've all had the egg dream. We're all familiar with that. But the train has indeed stopped. This guy's sleeping on the job. Well, I mean, he can't be awake 24 hours a day. That sounds like we're moving. Well, if that guy's asleep, maybe I can harass some people. Nah, everything's locked. How's this guy doing? I don't... No, he's snoring. He's snoring.
I saw your light. I thought you might be having trouble sleeping.
I had a bad nightmare. It woke me up.
Can I come in?
Why not? Runter, Maxel. Make yourself comfortable. I'm sorry the place is a mess.
Do you always carry a gun on your concert tours?
A woman traveling alone has to be careful.
I would have thought Max was enough protection.
You are not Tyler Whitney. Who are you?
My name is Robert Cath.
What do you want?
Tyler Whitney was a friend of mine.
What's that supposed to mean? Maxel, bleib hier. Sitz.
Прячут меня, трусы, предатели! Смотри, как горят их глаза! Они нас не ждали на вокзале, они вошли через окно.
Здесь никого нет, дедушка!
Как горят их глаза!
Дедушка, здесь никого нет! Что происходит? О, боже мой, господи! Господи!
Как они поют! Ты слышишь?
Let me through, I'm a doctor.
Слышите, как они поют? Таня, посмотри на его руки. Они покрыты шерстью, черной шерстью. Неужели ты не видишь?
Vasily!
What are you doing? What kind of a doctor are you?
Тебя-то я знаю. Ты за мною пришел, убийца. Таня, подай мне нож. Я вырежу его сердце и скормлю волкам.
Дедушка! Oh, don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Vasily Alexandrovich!
Who are you?
Set it down over there.
Mais pour l'amour du ciel, que signifient ces cris? C'est impossible de dormir dans un tel...
Yeah, roll it up.
Every 4 hours. Can you do that?
Yes. What on earth is the matter?
Let's clear out. Let him sleep.
Vous avez entendu le docteur.
We roll our own on the Orient Express.
Miss Tatiana, could I speak with you?
Oh, ça c'est rien.
I don't want to frighten you, but I think someone went into my compartment while I was at dinner. No. Would you think I was very silly if I asked you to keep it for me, just until we reach Vienna?
No, of course not. I would be glad to.
You mustn't tell anybody. It will be our secret.
Can you believe that? Someone going through her compartment. How could anyone do such a thing? And it's like you can't trust anyone anymore.
Excuse me, monsieur. That is Madame Boutarel's compartment.
Well, yeah, I know. I thought... Oh, there you go. I thought maybe we can continue our conversation where you were pointing a gun at me. No? All right. Well, I guess not.
Good night, Miss Wolf.
Good night, Mr. Whitney.
Pardon me?
People going into all different kinds of compartments.
That is Miss Tatiana Obalanskaya's compartment. That is not your compartment, monsieur.
I know, I just wanted to pet the dog, is the thing.
Monsieur, that is not your compartment.
Okay, it was F, actually. Well, I don't know really what anything has been in this game so far. We sort of have like a vague idea about how our friend got some gold and was going to be participating in some sort of illicit trade on the train, and we found our friend, and our friend was dead, and the gold was missing. We are now impersonating our friend, trying to find the gold. Well, we know that that one kid has one of the gold pieces, but we don't know where the rest is. And this whole thing so far has just been walking around the train, trying to listen in to other people's conversations, and occasionally having a conversation of our own. Odd bits about how we said we're a doctor. I don't know if that's true if we're a doctor, and we just gave that one old guy like the old stare of death, causing him to pass out. Then we rolled one up and told his granddaughter to give it to him. Like, I'm not honestly sure really what it is that we're doing on this train, or what it is we should be trying to find. I feel like, basically, this is something that you would be playing multiple times, trying to do different things at different times, like be in different places and learn different information, like whatever information you can, to try to put together whatever clues you can, to try to figure out how you can accomplish whatever it is you're trying to do. Because on the surface, it's pretty obtuse. It seems a bit impenetrable, just looking at this game without knowing anything about it. But it does seem interesting. There is something about these interactions, just how everyone's looks real weird, all real rotoscoped. Just like the mysterious and impenetrable nature of the game does make me interested in what you might actually be doing or trying to figure out here. Because, man, like, we start off knowing just about nothing at all about what might be going on. Like, before, I took a nap. Like, should I take a nap? Is that something I'd even want to do? Am I missing something important because I'm taking a nap? I had a nightmare with the egg. Does that mean something? Oh yeah, get a real whiff of whatever that is. What was that? Oh wait, well, what was that? What is... It's a scarf. Why is there a scarf here? I'm assuming the gold is not here. It is not. I hear a creaky door. What's that about?
Who is it?
We share a bathroom. Like, that kind of makes us family, I guess. Yeah, I'm just kind of confused as to what it is you would even be doing or trying to figure out. I guess you could, like, call an attendant. Is there a reason we'd want to do that? Oh, we can look up. Here's an alarm.
We saw the American doctor being taken off the train. It turned out he wasn't Tyler Whitney at all, but a fugitive who'd boarded the train to escape the police. Sophie said she'd felt there was something romantic about him from the start. That's one word for it.
And so we were arrested. Yeah, I guess that's our look at The Last Express. A very mysterious game. I kind of do wonder what the manual for this game looks like. Like, what does it give any sort of advice or clues as to what it is you should be doing? Well, I mean, we can see how far along the line we made it. You can see that red line. Oh, we almost made it to Munich. But whatever it was we were going to trade the gold for was going to be on the train at Munich. So if we didn't have the gold by then, it might be a problem. Can you solve the mystery before you get to Constantinople, or does a playthrough of the game require going all the way there? I have no idea. There's so much mystery to this game that I don't even know what the objective is or how you really play it. But there is certainly something interesting about it, and I can't really think of having played a game quite like it. So I do think that I would give this one a bully, even though Bully would have no idea what to do or how to handle himself on such a high-class train. He probably would get thrown off, honestly. But I will give this a bully because it is something that does intrigue my interest, even though I'm completely baffled as to what it is that we should be doing. But that's our look at The Last Express.